Frickin' Frack Show, a podcast for the fans by
This
the
is the
fans.
Frickin' Frack Show, a podcast for the fans by the fans.
Frickin' Frack Show, a podcast for the fans by the fans.
All right, guys, you're watching the Frickin' Frack Show podcast for the fans
by the fans.
What up?
Let's get that intro going, Matty.
Here we go. Matty from...
Are we live? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we're live.
Cool. Nice.
Hey, man, we want to thank you for joining us, man.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be quite the episode, man. We're ready for your intro here.
Oh, do I say an intro?
For your Instagram, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going live here right now. You guys are live, going live over here as well. It's checking the connection. Good thing I have very good Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Hey,
I just got the update. There it is. Matty's live.
hey everyone! I'm being interviewed on the Frickin' Frack Show on the Facebook, but you'll be able to hear the interview here live. So I'm gonna look at my computer here and be interviewed by these guys. So enjoy. We're talking about my book. You can pre-order it now. The link is in the bio. It's called Happy Birthday Every Day. Check it out. Link in bio. All right. Hey guys.
Welcome to the show,
Matthew,
Matty. How's it going, buddy?
Hey. Good.
Awesome,
Good.
Man, we can't thank you enough for coming on, man. Taking the time to come on and talk about your new book that you can pre-order now, man. Where did the name come from?
The name of the book. Recently the name of the book is Happy Birthday Every Day. And it was back in March I had a near-death experience. I almost died. And I had like a stroke, a minor stroke, and it took out my arm. My arm went numb.
Wow.
It was really weird. It was like all numb and felt like pins and needles, and I couldn't use it. I couldn't really draw. And when I was recovering for a couple months after I felt better, the feeling, and I started to get more motion in my arm. And I started drawing and writing poetry to kind of cope with what was going on. And just that theme of like happy birthday every day, like you gotta live. I know it's kind of intense, but you gotta live your life like to the fullest every day. Like every day is your birthday. So that's what I'm trying to emulate with this book, is to inspire people to really go after what they want, their dreams, and so forth. Yeah,
Man, that is fantastic. That takes something so dramatic, and turn it into quite a positive light.
Yeah, exactly. It was very dramatic. I'm an actor, so I guess it's good to be dramatic.
Yeah, man. So look,
you create the drama.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. You're definitely an actor, man. You've got some wonderful movies, wonderful projects you've been blessed to be involved with, and you've worked with some of the greats, and that's some things we're going to be talking about tonight. But first of all, we kind of want to know about you, man. Starting with your early years, tell us about your childhood. What was your ambitions in life as a child? Did you want to be an actor?
Yeah. I grew up in Nottingham, New Hampshire, in a log cabin that my parents built themselves.
Wow.
In the forest. I grew up in the forest with a bunch of deer and moose. I was like the Jungle Book character. That's what my life was like, Mowgli. But yeah, I grew up in Nottingham, New Hampshire, in a log cabin, and then we moved to Exeter, New Hampshire, where I went to high school and middle school, and middle school and high school, whereas I fell in love with poetry and being a performer. I had a really cool teacher that kind of recognized and noticed that I had a kind of a quirky talent, and he would give me 5 minutes at the beginning of class to just kind of do whatever I wanted, which was really cool. So I would just read poems. Like I had this classic bit where I would go up and pretend like I was going to read poetry, and I'd be like, "Oh, where's my poem? I can't find my poem." And I'd pull it out of my shoe, crumpled up in paper, and start reading the poem. It's pretty silly.
Yeah.
It's something, a 14-year-old would do. But yeah, that's something I did quite a bit. And I just love poetry. And I also really love baseball. And I really wanted to be a pitcher for the Red Sox. And I didn't get into Little League, though.
Yeah.
So that dream was dead. So my parents took me to see Ace Ventura with Jim Carrey, and it blew my mind. I was just it was like an eye-opening spiritual thing for a 15-year-old to go through.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, whatever this guy does of making people laugh, it was like the theater was like everyone was on the ground laughing. People couldn't breathe. People were in tears. And I was just like, oh, what this guy does is amazing. He makes people feel better. Like me not getting on the baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't gotten over it, obviously.
Still harboring some old feelings there, huh?
Yeah. So that's so I love what Jim Carrey did, and I was like, oh, I want to be an actor. So I also really love filmmaking. So I moved to LA to be a film student at the New York Film Academy. And we did films on the Universal backlot here at Universal Studios. So I worked on like the Jurassic Park set. Like I made my first short film on the Jurassic Park set. And that was incredible experience. And I acted in other students' films, and that's where I really fell in love with it. And then when I was finished with film school, I worked for Luke Wilson as his personal assistant, right-hand man. And he gave me my first role in Blonde Ambition, and then Owen put me in Drobit Taylor. So that's kind of my journey from baseball to being a movie actor.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's two things that all people want to be in this world.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your first audition was like, or was it Luke was just? Because am I right in assuming it says there that you started working with and for Luke? Did you have to audition for these things, or do you remember what that first audition was like?
I didn't. One movie, Blonde Ambition, I did not have to audition for. That was with Jessica Simpson.
Yep.
I played like a mailroom worker. Like it was a brief scene, but the Drobit Taylor I had to audition for, and that was really fun. It was awesome. I'm trying to think of my first audition experience was for I think one of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. But it was just I was auditioning to be like a pirate on a ship, and I went like full out pirate. I think I was like 20 years old, and I got like a pirate shirt. I had like an eye patch. I put like Vaseline in my hair to make myself look super
committing
crusty.
to the role.
Yeah, very crusty. And so it was such a weird experience because I went there with I had a whole scene planned out. Like I had everything planned out, and they didn't give instructions for what I was doing. I just made up this whole thing. Like I went there with I was like, oh, I'm kind of like a young cabin boy type pirate. So I brought like a bucket filled with soapy water.
Oh,
and a
wow.
sponge with me, and I went into the audition. By the way, you shouldn't do this. Like, this is how
Oh
you should
no.
audition. But I went in there with like a bucket and soapy water, and they called action, and they gave us a scene. They were like, "All right, you guys are gonna fight over a bottle of whiskey," but I ignored that direction,
Wow.
No.
and I just
Uh-oh.
when they called action in the audition room, I just like grabbed my bucket with the sponge and got on the ground and just started cleaning the floor.
Oh no.
Did someone say cut?
That's great.
No, they just kept going, and I think they
Wow.
thought it was funny, but I think I don't know how they were reacting. Honestly, I think when I left the audition, I was like, "Oh man, I killed that." But looking
Yeah.
back,
Got
it's
it.
like
Nailed
no,
it.
you shouldn't
They
go to
want-
an audition with like a soapy water with bucket and
Hey,
make
man.
your own scene.
That
Like-
shows commitment right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the role. Yeah.
To the role, yeah. That's a funny audition story.
Yeah, I was actually on the set for Walking Dead a couple years ago, and the director was getting about 100, maybe about 90 to 100 zombies, like they were all in a field. And this
Yeah.
is in Atlanta, man. It was the funniest thing. This person decided to do his own thing, and when a director is telling everyone to do a certain thing, you do what he
Yeah.
says, he or she says. And this person decided, oh, I'm going to be really, really cool and do something different. And you want to talk about the scariest thing I've ever witnessed from a director yet is him marching in that field saying, "You're out of here," screaming at him because he did not
Yeah.
follow directions, and it was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, that's what it
He
reminded
gave
me.
him 3 strikes. 3 strikes.
He
Yeah.
gave him one. He was
Yeah.
like, "Get him out of here. Get him off my set."
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, that's really cool. You did that for an audition, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because most
Yeah,
of them, like you said,
I've
everybody.
never done anything like that on set. And I think that was like a very good learning experience. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it at the time, but I think
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I should probably do what the scene says, not like create my own thing.
So when it comes to auditioning, man, okay, let's just say in the last year, how
Yeah.
has the auditioning changed from, all these years before to, with COVID, of course.
Well, a lot of thing, like a lot of it, you have to be like a one-man band, like filming your own. Everything's over Zoom or self tapes. Like you just have to get a backdrop and a nice setup. With your I have an iPhone that I use and a nice mic. So yeah, it's different in the sense that I like it because you have a lot more control. Like in auditions, the way they are before. I have a funny story about an audition where this doesn't happen very much, but like I love dogs, but I went in to the audition and there was a dog at the casting and it randomly just walked up and bit me right before my audition. Like I started bleeding and I was just like, what is happening? And I went on and killed the audition and did great and I booked the job. But yeah, so that was another audition story that reminded me of your audition stories. But yeah, so a lot of it is you have way more control now. Like I can do as many takes as I want of the scene. Like a regular audition, you have to like go in, be ready to go. Like it's like on your mark, get set, go. Read your scene. There's no room for error. So I really like self tapes because you can mess up like 100 times and it's like okay, that's fine. So yeah, so in that sense it has changed.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
So is this something that you hope keeps carrying on? I mean, I know you said you like it, but I mean, is this something that you look forward to moving into the future, something positive from COVID?
Yeah, I hope it's like that for a while. In general, I don't like auditioning.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of a silly way to see someone's real talent. I don't know. I think when someone is around in LA enough and you can see what they can do, I don't think you should necessarily make them audition.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what
I get
mean?
that.
Like,
Yeah.
but I always, that being said, I always put my all in every single audition I do. I treat every audition like it's, like we're filming it for real. So, yeah. So I think I answered that question.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, because I mean, just looking at your film history and just looking at all the films you've done, you did a great job not being a one-sided character in every movie. It's same character in every movie. There's a lot of actors out there today who are just it's copy and paste, man. But that's one thing I like, because I'm really big into movies, man. And I love your work. I really do. I have a lot of respect for the way you hold yourself as an actor and as a person. But it's that's one thing I love, like Series of Unfortunate Events, man. I mean, I'm sorry, but that was crazy.
Thanks, man.
I mean, that should probably be your film role right there, just to show, okay, what I can do.
yeah, totally. Yeah, this is what I can do. Yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely,
Thank
man.
you.
Well, let's stay on that topic of a series of unfortunate events. I mean, how did you come about being cast in that?
That was just an audition, like a self tape.
Wow.
And I just I read for Hook-Handed Man, and they really liked what I did, and they brought me in for Hoig, henchperson of indeterminate gender, or Orlando as they call him.
Yep.
And I think they just loved what I did with that character, and I think there were like 3 auditions that I had, and I booked it, and it was incredible experience. We filmed it in Vancouver over the course of like 2.5 years.
Wow.
It was a really, really fun and rewarding experience. I love. Yeah.
Oh, it must be really cool working with Netflix then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. We've heard that quite a bit. Netflix is different than like Warner Brothers, and we hear from other people, of course. There's a bit more control. Warner Brothers comes in and says, "All right, you need to cut this down to 1 hour and 2 minutes," and the director was like, "It's supposed to be 4 hours and 5 minutes," and they're like, "Do it." But Netflix is like, "Here's the budget. Do whatever you want. If you go over, just let us know."
Yeah, they're very hands off. Yeah, I like that about them too. They're very hands off.
That's why they do such a great job with their films. With their, I mean, every week it's like they release 2 or 3 new series, and it's like I tell people, it's banger after banger after banger.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So you've worked with some of the greats, man. I mean, you've worked with some really, really cool people, and I think that's a testament to your character, and like Caleb said, being so diverse with your acting skills. You worked with Neil Patrick Harris, who I just think is awesome. I just think he's a great actor, and from what I've heard, he's a good person. Can you kind of walk us through, like meeting him, and was he a genuine guy? I mean, you don't have to spill the beans here, but
yeah, he's a genuine actor for sure. Neil Patrick Harris is a cool dude. Yeah, he very generous. He worked so hard. I mean, he had to be up every morning at like 4 a.m. to get like 3 hours of makeup to get the Count Olaf makeup.
Wow.
So he's a trooper. He eventually, to cut the hours down on the makeup, he just shaved his head because he didn't want to deal with, having it would just, I guess it would just speed up the process. But yeah, he's a really cool guy, just down to earth, really into collecting art. Just a cool dude. I love Neil. Yeah. Really fun working with him.
Yeah, every time he does a project, it's always exciting, and I've seen most of the things he's done, and he's also he sings really well too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's an incredible singer and dancer.
Yes.
He's like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah.
He's a jack of all
He can
trades.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've talked about a series, unfortunate. We're just going to timeline here, man. We're going to back it up. I want to talk about Drill Bit Taylor. I mean, let's dive into this, man.
Where'd you get these kids, Drill Bit?
Did
you know it was going to be such an iconic stand the test of time movie?
I didn't. No. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that movie was a fun movie. That was my first big acting job, and I was like, when that happened, I was like, oh man, this is coming out. I don't have to work again. Like, movie roles are gonna come in. You know, I'm gonna get so many parts after this, and that did not happen. There was like 8 years of like, you know, I did work, like I did a lot of commercials, but in terms of like TV and, you know, I did like a Scrubs episode, but it wasn't until like Dumb and Dumber 2 and Jurassic World where things really kind of took off for me. But yeah, what was the original question?
Ah, man, we're just winging it. I just wanted to hear your experience of Drill Bit Taylor.
Yeah, Drill Bit Taylor was super fun. Owen, you know, such a funny guy. I was like on a private airplane with him hanging out. Like, I think I was like flying back to LA or something, and he was just looking at me and he was like, "Oh, do you think you could play a bully?" And I was like, "A bully?" I was like, I don't know. I don't think so." And and he was thinking about me for a role in Drill Bit Taylor, because I think he wanted me to play the bully character in Drill Bit Taylor. He thought that would be really funny.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
But I think like I didn't have enough experience, like enough credits to do that.
Sure.
But he's just a really cool, and it was a dream to work with him because I loved Bottle Rocket. The movie they did, he did with.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
He's phenomenal, man.
He's great.
You know, I remember when Drill Bit Taylor came out. I can tell you, I went to see it with two of my friends multiple times in theaters, man. I still watch it. Dude, I can probably quote you the entire movie, man.
You're not lying.
That's awesome.
He's like,
that's cool.
Ryan, you wash? Yeah, do you? You know, but like, dude, like, there's so many like quirky lines in that thing. There's so many quotes, you know, that I can still quote with other people and friends, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I've seen it quite a lot of times, man. I'm not ashamed to say it, because to me, it's gonna be this cult classic if it's not already. You know, it's very fitting into that kind of category.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Jurassic World, man.
Jurassic
what was
World.
So being on a set where everything, when you've done a few of these, so I mean, a few of these type of movies, being on a set where you're not, it's special effects, like, right? What's a day on set of Jurassic World like for Matty?
I guess you should ask him. Were you on the set in New Orleans?
We were on the set in Hawaii for that one.
Okay.
What's the day like for Jurassic World?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they flew me out first class, which was really cool.
All right.
You stay in a really nice hotel, and you get to hang out with the cast a little bit. Well, not really, actually. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we filmed that way out in the lush Hawaii nature, which was really incredible.
Yeah.
And you know, we had like it was like 1,000 other background actors that I was working with, which was really intimidating because it was my first really big role, and I didn't freeze. I did great. I was worried about freezing, but I did not. And yeah, it was just an incredible. It was mind blowing because as a kid, I loved Jurassic World. It was one of my favorites. So yeah, working on that was very cool.
Yeah, I think.
Long story short, it was really incredible.
Yeah.
I think they had filmed one of them in New Orleans, or
they filmed in Hawaii.
Six Flags.
They filmed Hawaii and New Orleans for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had used the old Six Flags location for it. I can't remember the parts. I think it was the scene where everybody was running. I'm not even sure, but I remember passing by there and it being blocked off. And because I live in Louisiana, I live an hour from New Orleans.
Oh, sorry.
It's a part of doing it live.
Yes,
doing it live.
I told her I was doing a podcast. I think she just forgot. That's okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was most likely New Orleans.
Yeah. So, one thing that I'd love to ask you about is when it comes down to roles, right? You know, we all have roles we wish we were in or we could have had. Is there any roles that you kind of got turned down from, or you just wish you would have been, you know, in that role?
Roles that roles that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you got that after the audition.
That would have been cool.
That's good on your resume.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Roles that I wish I got. I think there are a few pilots, like a lead in pilots, like that I wish I got. But you know what? It just things always work out. Like they either work out or they don't. And I've always kind of had that mindset. It's like if it works out, great. If it doesn't, then I'll do something else. When one door opens, another one closes. No, that's not the expression. When one door opens, another door opens. That's the expression.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you get to the living room, there's always a kitchen door. There's always the back door. Yeah. There's always a bunch of doors open.
Yes, that's the expression. That's what it was. Thank you.
No idea. I just made that up.
Yeah, they all sounded good, guys. Yeah. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is, but you both nailed it. I'll tell you that.
Nice.
We're putting it together.
Yeah, that's how we roll here, man. So you've done TV shows and you've done movies.
Yes.
Is there one that you like over the other, or I mean, are they both have their own niches? What's the difference between the two?
I love them both. I mean, movies aren't as long. Like TV shows, you kind of do for like, you know, a couple years. There's no real big difference with doing movie or TV. It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to answer that, but yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I think it's just like the schedule is different. That's about it.
You still have those long work days.
Yeah, you still have those 14-hour days for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Is it really 14-hour days?
Oh yeah, you'll have 14-hour days for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah. You'll have 14-hour days 5 days a week, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. No, it's not always like that.
I guess with the TV show,
it is. Yeah.
I guess with the TV show, you get more time to get into the character. I mean, am I assuming that? I've never been on a set. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, movies, you have more prep time. I feel like.
Gotcha.
But TV shows moves kind of quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
Sorry.
So when it comes down to you wanting to make films, because we know we had just heard that you've always loved films and everything. What's your thoughts on actually making movies yourself?
Oh, I love it. I love making movies myself. Every chance I get when I'm not working, I try and work on a project. like this time it was making this poetry book, but a lot of the times I'll try and make like a short film, or I'll try and make something. I actually made a short film recently that I directed and wrote. It's called Speak Sammy, with Shannon Sossman and Brendan Sexton the third. It's a really cool little short shirt. It's a cool shirt. Yeah, so that was really fun making that. It's a short film about a guy going to speech therapy and dealing with his boss, who's kind of a dummy, who's kind of a bully to him, and how he can speak to him and speak up for himself. It's kind of like a comedy, dramatic, short type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that something also which with films? Are you interested in doing independent movies in the future? Because that's one of my favorite
I
things,
love independent movies.
Man.
Yeah.
Me too.
I love them.
There's nothing like it, man. I mean, blockbusters are cool and all, but these independent movies that people release, it's incredible, man.
Yeah, Wheels of Fortune was an independent movie that I acted in, independent comedy.
Yeah,
and that was really fun. That was super fun.
We have a question from a fan. Where can people find that film you were just talking about, the short that you did?
It's on Vimeo.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is. It might not be actually. It might be set private, but I'll make it. I'll make it public again.
Yeah.
Okay. For y'all.
Yeah, I love to see films like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that Caleb is very passionate about. It are independent films, and I mean, any actor that we talk to, or an artist, I should say, that's something that Caleb really does a deep dive into. Is there one in particular that you're the most proud of, Matty?
Independent, like acted in or made or
short films that you've made?
Speak Sammy. I really like that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch it.
Yeah.
I would
Cool.
definitely love to see that, man.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah. Cool.
So we were talking about the pandemic before, all this hit. How has life changed for you, Matty? I mean, I know we talked about the auditions are different, but what have you been doing to keep your mind, in peak performance? What have you been up to?
I've been really getting into like doing a lot of hobbies. I've really gotten into metal detecting recently.
I know.
Oh, really?
I saw that yesterday. I think it's cool to find stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so fun to find.
Dude,
like
he
treasure.
found like a 91 quarter or something.
Yeah, 1998 quarter we found. Yeah, I'm just.
I was proud of you.
I've been loving metal detecting, and
Yeah,
it's been really fun. And writing poetry. Drawing and painting quite a bit. I have my Etsy store that I do on the side. That's been really fun.
awesome.
Just doing portraits. I've been really into Stranger Things. I play Keith, and he eats Cheetos, and I kind of made up these characters called Cheeties, where I draw these funny looking Cheetos and draw like portraits and sell them on my Etsy store. And that's been really fun because it's been helping me survive, which has been nice.
Yeah.
And one thing that we can say about you, just in the last, let's say, month or so, I got to kind of know you through your Instagram with your lives. You're very, very active, dude. Like and I showed Vicky, my girlfriend, the other night when you were on there with the wizard hat. And you were like, "All right, guys, say your name, and I'll send you the shout out. Hello, Katie."
Yeah,
dude, that's just the coolest thing ever. Because we could tell you love connecting with your fans.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It brings you joy.
They're my supporters.
100%.
I love them.
100%.
And I support them too. Like they're really incredible. I think it's so powerful because it's just so relatable. I think they see. It's like a mirror. I think they see a lot of me in them, and I think that's why it's so relatable. And I think that's what with Jim Carrey. That's why I was so drawn to him.
Wow. Yeah, I see myself in you. I mean, we're pretty much I mean, I
No,
don't, I don't. Hopefully, I don't offend you, but we're pretty much
No,
two
no.
dorks. You know,
Dude,
like
I'm all
that.
about being a dork. Let's dork it
Me
up.
too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, me too.
I'll get on the drums for you while you do the ukulele.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's something. That's
That's
something
cool.
about you, like Caleb said, man. That a lot of people just kind of paused and stopped through the pandemic, but
Yeah.
you've and not just content, but you've related and been reachable for your fans,
Yeah.
and I think that separates you from a lot of people, Matty. It really
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
You could have just
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah, I tried to be as I tried to like I was like, you know what? I just I got to make people happy. You got to make them feel good right now. They're going through so much stuff.
Yeah.
So much dark stuff that might as well bring some light and goofiness into the equation.
Yeah.
Try
It
and
works,
make
man.
them feel better. Yeah.
Definitely cheers people up when you say their name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, even just saying it with a ukulele, people brighten up, and you know,
Yeah.
you had saying, "Oh, the frickin' frack show." I'm gonna be on that show Friday night, 8:30 Central.
Yeah, I can do that.
You know, but man, it's just so cool to see that, because you know you do. We've had a lot of people on this show, but like I don't think we've had anybody who connects with their fans the way you do. Like it's
Agreed.
very, very personal, and like you said, it's important because they are your supporters, and you support them as well. And you know, people just want to watch you succeed. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people. You know, we always say there's always people who want to see you fail, and then there's those who want to see you succeed. But you have a lot of people who are like, Matty, are you in Stranger Things season 4?
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. That's been great. That support is really it really helps, and I really appreciate it.
And you just, you know, creating your poetry book, you know, and then just saying, hey, you know, I have a book of poems that I wrote, you know, and people are just like, I want it, and I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I read a poem right now?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that
Man.
cool? Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
All right, here's a poem from my birthday book. Happy birthday every day. Book of poems by me, Matty. Obviously. Okay, here we go. Here's
I
a
love
poem.
you, Matty. That's great.
Love you too. Okay, here's the poem. This poem's called Happy Birthday to You. Chew some gum, hum a tune. It's your birthday. Plant your feet on the ground. Bark like a hound. You're here. Smile. You're part of it. You are. Lay down some miles. Be cheesy. Embrace life. Get a giant plate of mac and cheese, not boogers. It's your day. I know I'm not there, but I am. In the page, I'm here too. You're not alone. Puppies. That was random. Be random. It's one of my poems.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible, man. Be random. I love that, man.
Thanks.
I love that, man.
Thanks, dude.
What inspired it, Matty? That specific poem. What inspired those words?
Especially boogers.
Yeah.
What inspired that poem? I think just knowing, like, you know, kind of like bring it back to like being relatable with people and being like a mirror to people. I think like we all go through things, and we all like, I think a lot of it is like, you know, so recently I was diagnosed with ADHD like a year ago. So I think like just kind of maybe processing all that in my brain and dealing with that, and knowing that, you know, there are other people that have ADHD, and you're not alone, and you're a beautiful person no matter what, you know, you're given in life. And I think that's what that poem means, that I'm kind of like holding people's hand, letting them know that I'm there. You know, I understand. I'm compassionate with what you're going through. I think that's what it's about.
Wow. We always talk about, you know, everyone's been on a journey, and you know, it's important. I mean, there's a celebrity, you know, work, and then there's a celebrity's life. and that's why like we wanted to get you on today because
Yeah.
like people need to know these kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, people
We're-
want to know
yeah.
the real you and not the, you
We're
know,
people too. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not all like flashy Hollywood
Yeah.
cars and
Yeah.
money and all
Shaquille
that.
O'Neal.
Yeah, Shaq.
Maddie, I think honestly, and I mean this from the bottom of me and Caleb's heart.
Yeah.
I think you have a special way of helping people. I think you have a special way of reaching people. And
Thanks, man.
just by that poem and what you said, how it inspired it. Okay, you reading the poem and how you created it, you would have never thought, hey, I'm doing this so people know I'm here. You don't have to be alone. Dude, you're special, man. That's crazy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Everybody's got a way to outreach to people.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's got a voice. I think your platform's a bit bigger than ours. But even with us, like, we started this podcast in the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Basically the week everything shut down was when we started, like, last March. And we kind of became that voice for, different people to come on here and tell us their life story and, kind of show us that their, life isn't peaches, in Hollywood and, but also just to get to know the person because, and I'm sure you can relate. You've seen all these artists and musicians and actors your entire life. And then you've had the honor to work with some of them. And so, you kind of know there's a different aspect between an actor and a person.
Yes. Yeah.
So like, we kind of became that platform for people to come on and just tell their story. Yeah.
I love that.
It's been incredible, man. We've had, a lot of people come on, some really, really cool people such as yourself, and it's just incredible to get to know you on a more personal basis. So when I watch your movies and everything, I don't know, it changes because we're getting to know each other. It changes the way I look at you in movies now. Yeah. I used to be really, really crazy about some of these actors and, singers, and we get them on here. And now I'm just like, yeah, I know him. I met him. He's cool.
Yeah.
But I look at him differently now because I see him as a person more
than
an item or.
Yeah,
it's so true.
Totally. Yeah. Everyone has a story.
And I think your story of how you got from point A to point B, man, is wild. You talked about Jim Carrey, and what's crazy to me is there's a lot of his story in your story, man. I mean, he's an artist now. He paints, he writes.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to have had a huge influence on your life, huh?
Oh yeah. He's probably had the biggest influence out of any person for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I wear Hawaiian shirts, like.
yeah, man.
I love it.
I try to wear that around here, and they're like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I'll go take it off." But so you worked on Dumb and Dumber 2.
All right, next episode you got to wear a Hawaiian shirt, Caleb.
Deal, Caleb.
Man, usually it's on the floor right here, but it's not. It's probably I probably gave it to my dog earlier. But yes, I'll do that for sure. Okay. But yeah, so okay, here's a good question from that
I better
I'd like
get
to
photo
ask.
proof. Send me photo proof.
Man, I will send you a photo
your
proof
next
after.
Episode. Your next episode.
Oh yeah.
I'll hold him to it, Matty. I'll hold him to it.
We'll make a clip and be like, all right, Matty, here's a Hawaiian shirt, and then we'll post it all over your Instagram.
Okay.
But so you got to work in Dumb and Dumber 2. That movie, man, to me, that's another one I've watched over and over and over, and the reception of it wasn't the greatest because of course it's 20 years later. But I don't know if you know the story about Billy, how they had to like go find him because he didn't act anymore.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's just the funniest thing because that was the kid, and he's like, "Here, Bertie."
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Dumb and Dumber 2, Matt, but
I have.
It is so great. It's the same kid who plays Billy, you know, after all these years. And basically the kid didn't act anymore, and the producers and all had to go find him to ask him if he'd come back. And which he accepted, you know.
Wow.
But
the blind kid?
Yeah, the blind kid.
Okay, all right.
Like no one could find him, but they ended up finding him. And they put him in a movie, and his scene, you know, his scene is great. So yeah, man. So one thing is, do you like watching yourself when it comes down to your movies and things like that?
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
maybe a little I'd say it's like push or pull. Like sometimes I like watching myself, sometimes I don't. Like I'm very critical of myself, so in that sense of I don't like watching myself, but when I know that it's funny and I think it's good, then I enjoy watching. Yeah, I enjoy watching it.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I there's a lot of people that don't, you know, regardless if the movie was a hit or not. There's a lot of people that can't stand watching themselves. I'm glad that you do. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
He's different. See,
absolutely.
You know, you're different because because most people have told us that, like, oh no, I can't watch myself and ever, you know, and if they win an Oscar, they still wouldn't watch it, you know.
Right, yeah.
But so another question for you, man, is what's your dream? Like, what's your next thing that you would love to do in your life?
I would love to star in like a really cool sci-fi movie. That would be very cool.
New Aliens?
The new Alien movie. That would be a dream come true. That would be insane.
We're gonna make it happen, Matty.
All right, cool. Call
Got it.
I'm gonna call some people.
Oh, Ridley Scott.
They might not know Ridley, but maybe they might know his grandma or his aunt or something, you know.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're not going to hold you up much longer, but we would be fools if we didn't talk about Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things
Carl
is incredible show. It's just been such an amazing joy to be part of that show. The kids are incredible. Well, not even kids. They're like they're like young adults.
Yeah,
they're like
19 and 18.
Yeah, yeah. But when I worked with them, they were younger. But they're incredible, so talented, and the creators and everyone involved with that show I love it. It's like very nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know, it's set in the 80s. I'm an 80s, was born in the 80s, so I love it. I love that show. Love it. I mean, I sound like McDonald's right now. But I love it. It was great.
Yeah, it's an incredible show, man. I've watched it numerous times and just started season 1 again the other day. But lots of nostalgia, lots of feels. But I know like this new season, they're supposed to be like 14 because they were like 12 in season 1, season 2 they're like 13, and this one they're supposed to be 14, but they're like in real life they're like 18 now. 18, 19,
right.
and 20, which is so crazy. Because I know like Netflix is trying to rush the production because of them growing, you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But it's, I'm really excited about the next season, man.
Me too.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Matty, what is advice? We ask this of everybody.
Yeah.
What is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self, knowing what you know now?
That's a really good question. Don't quit. Just keep at it. Just keep going and keep working at acting, and just keep keep learning too. Just learn as much as you can. That's what I would say.
Perfect.
Good
and
advice.
I'll say it a lot more confidently.
Well, you just had to think of that, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Next time you'll be ready. When we ask you in in a month, you could like basically do an Oscar speech about it.
Thank you. Yeah.
They're the best when they're off the top of your head.
Yeah.
It's genuine, you know.
Cool.
Yeah, you're not a what is it, red talk or whatever, how they go make speeches, going around and motivation speaking.
Oh yeah.
TED Talk.
TikTok.
TED
Oh,
Talks.
TED
Yeah.
Talks. Yeah.
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 So it's okay, man. Look, we're gearing you
Okay.
up for another career for you.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So we want to ask you, man. This is a pretty great thing, but so a while back you had made a TikTok and you had made a video.
Yeah.
And you had talked about how you had a stroke.
Yes. Yeah.
Very young age.
Yeah.
You had a mild stroke, and it left you without work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay. When it comes down to it, you had asked, assistance in helping find work.
Yeah. Yes.
You
yeah.
had reached out to your fans. You had reached out to the internet. And first of all, I just thought that was the coolest thing because no one ever says, as an actor, you don't ever, really hear, unless there's some kind of autobiography movie about you, where the downward spiral goes. And but it was just the cool. I mean, I have a huge admiration for you doing that because, like I said, no one does that.
Yeah.
And if anybody hasn't checked out his TikTok material, it's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
And his Instagram lives. But when it comes down to it, man, what keeps you pushing on?
That's a good question. I think what keeps me pushing on is just compassion and realizing that other people go through what you go through and try and be relatable as you can, because people go through the same thing you can. And it's all, for me also, it's all about connection and making a connection with, with someone, if they're going through something that's hard, to know that they're not alone. And why I wanted to make that video is like, I don't know, there's kind of it's just a kind of a fantasy, I guess. Like people think like, Hollywood's all glitz and glamour and, it's easy and all that stuff, but sometimes it's not. And it's been hard. Like it's just been difficult with the stroke. Just I totally can, like, I can act and all that stuff, but it just kind of, I just want people to know that I'm available and I can work,
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to
really
put myself out there and see if I can, get some help. So
yeah, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so what keeps me going is the fans and connecting with them. That's what keeps me going. Yeah.
Excellent.
What's next for you, Matty?
So I have this show coming out called Reservation Dogs. It's on Hulu. It comes out in August. That I'm really stoked about. It's a great, really talented group of people. Taika Waititi is the executive producer, and Sterling Harjo directed it. And it's pretty much an all native cast, which is very cool. And it's about native kids growing up on a reservation, and they're super funny and just have beautiful souls, and it's just such a cool show. I can't wait for people to see it. And my poetry book, which is Happy Birthday Every Day, you can order it, pre-order it on my Instagram, link in bio. Check it out. Or you can go to Etsy and search Matty Cardarople Happy Birthday Every Day. And it's actually a bestseller right now, which is very cool.
Oh yeah,
nice, man.
Yeah.
We want to
look out for that. My goal is to sell 10 million copies and to bring joy and to release some pain of some people. That's my goal with the book. especially with the year we had. So
yeah, that's you couldn't have released a better book at this time, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we Matt and I are definitely going to buy our copies tonight, and we'll also
Thanks.
direct other people with your link.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Thanks.
I'm excited. I'm excited to read it.
Thanks, man.
You gave us that short preview, and I'm definitely hooked.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely, man.
Well, you guys are
Absolutely.
great. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Yeah, man. We can't
It's-
thank you enough.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure getting to know you as a
You
person.
too.
And every time I see you in a movie or show, I'm gonna say I know that guy.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, wear that Hawaiian shirt, man. Let that freak flag fly.
We're gonna get him to do it. He'll do it, no problem. He'll
cool.
show up
Yeah.
next Friday, and I
wish
guarantee it.
If Vicky was here, I would have said, "Bring the Hawaiian shirt."
No, it's good. Yeah, next show.
Absolutely.
Great, guys.
Oh
right,
well, thank
Matty.
you so much for coming, man. We
Yeah.
love you, man. We appreciate
Love you too.
And
Thank
we
you.
If you ever need anything, man, the Frick
Where are you all
Frack Show,
based? Where are you guys?
I'm
Louisiana.
in Nebraska.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
we're not in the same room. A lot of people think we're in the same room, but we're not. We've never met before either.
Oh, whoa, cool.
Yeah. So once again, man, we really appreciate you coming on. If there's
Yeah.
anything we can ever do for you, if you ever want to come on
thanks.
promote anything,
Okay,
you
cool.
know, this is a platform. It's open for you, man.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Caleb. You guys rock.
Thank you, buddy.
This is episode 47, a podcast for the fans, by the fans. Peace.
Whoa! It's the Frickin' Frack Show, a podcast for the fans, by
This
the
is the
fans.
Frickin' Frack Show, a podcast for the fans, by the fans.
Freaking Frack Show, a podcast for the fans, by the fans.
All right, guys, you're watching the Frickin' Frack Show podcast for the
fans, by the fans.
All right, Caleb.
Hello.
Hello. That was awesome.
Alrighty, man. I think we should take this down and then we'll do another live.
All right.
So let's do that real quick. Matty, stay with us, but real quick.